Picture two people, same city, same salary, same age. One drives a brand new $60,000 SUV. The payments are smooth, the leather smells incredible, the neighbors notice. The other drives a 3-year-old sedan, paid in full. No payment, no interest, no stress. 10 years later, one of these people has $400,000 quietly growing in investments. The other has a decade of car payments, a maxed credit line, and very little to show for any of it. The difference wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It wasn't even income. It was 15 decisions they made differently every single year. This is what millionaires never waste money on. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly what those decisions are and why they change everything. Let's go. Most people think wealth is about earning more, but the research tells a different story. In a study of over 10,000 millionaires, the number one common trait wasn't a high salary. It was consistent, disciplined spending behavior over time. Millionaires aren't flashy by nature. They're intentional. They protect their money the same way they'd protect anything they worked hard to build. And there are 15 specific areas, where millionaires simply refuse to waste their money. Not because they can't afford it, because they understand the cost of what seems small. Number 1, lifestyle inflation. Every time income goes up, the temptation goes with it. New salary, new apartment, new wardrobe, new car. This is called lifestyle creep, and it is silently the most wealth-destroying force for people in their 30s and 40s. The average raise in America is about 4% a year. But if your spending rises at the same rate, your net worth barely moves. Warren Buffett has lived in the same house since 1958. He bought it for $31,500. He could own any home on the planet. But he understands something most people don't. The cost of upgrading your life is not just the price tag. It's everything that money would have become. Every dollar you resist inflating becomes a dollar that can compound for decades. Millionaires raise their savings rate when income goes up, not their spending. Number 2, consumer debt interest. This one is not subtle, it is brutal. The average American carries over $5,000 in credit card debt. At an average interest rate of around 22%, that costs over $1,000 a year in pure interest alone. Over a decade, that's $10,000 handed to a bank for nothing. Not an asset, not an experience, not a memory, just interest. Millionaires treat consumer debt like a fire in the building. They don't pause to assess it. They eliminate it. They pay cash whenever possible. When they can't, they pay off balances in full every single month. The wealth is not in what you earn. It's in what you keep. Number 3, depreciating vehicles bought on credit. A new vehicle loses roughly 20% of its value the moment it leaves the lot. In the first 5 years, that loss climbs to 60%. And if it's financed, you are paying interest on something that is simultaneously losing value every single day. That is the definition of a wealth trap. Wealthy people understand that a vehicle is a tool. They buy quality used cars, 3 to 5 years old, where the sharpest depreciation has already hit someone else's net worth. Or if they buy new, they pay cash outright. The goal is to own the vehicle, never to owe on it. Number 4, subscriptions and recurring expenses they've forgotten about. A 2022 study found that the average consumer underestimates their monthly subscription spending by $133. Streaming services, gym memberships, app subscriptions, meal kits, boxes of things they never open. None of these are inherently bad. What's bad is paying for something that serves no purpose in your life, month after month, without ever pausing to notice. Millionaires audit their spending at least quarterly. They go line by line. If it's not actively adding value, it's gone. Small leaks, left unaddressed, sink massive ships. Number 5. Impulse purchases. Retailers spend billions of dollars every year, engineering the exact moment you abandon your judgment and reach for your wallet. Flash sales, countdown timers, limited quantities, checkout aisle placements. These are not coincidences. They are strategies. Wealthy people protect themselves with a simple rule: the 48-hour pause. See something you want, walk away, wait 2 full days. If you still want it after 48 hours and it fits your financial plan, you decide then. The truth is, most impulse desires disappear on their own. The urgency was manufactured. The want was not real. Discipline in small moments is what creates massive results over years. Number 6. Spending money to keep up with other people. Thomas Stanley, who spent decades studying American millionaires for his landmark book, found that most of them live in ordinary neighborhoods. They drive sensible cars. They wear modest clothing. They do not broadcast their wealth, because they are not building wealth for an audience. They are building it for themselves and for the life it creates. Keeping up with others is the most expensive game you will ever play, and it has no finish line. Your neighbor's choices are not your financial plan. Your discipline is. Number 7. Paying full price without pausing. This is not about couponing at the grocery store. It's about the behavior of always questioning, is this the best price available for this decision? Millionaires negotiate. They comparison shop. They time major purchases. They know that a 10% savings on every significant financial decision, cars, insurance, services, subscriptions, travel, compounds into hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Not because the savings is dramatic, because the habit is consistent. Number 8. Moving through life without a written financial plan. A budget is not a cage, it is a map. And research consistently shows that people without a written spending plan overspend by an average of 20% or more each month. 20%. On a $50,000 income, that's $10,000 a year, leaking out of your life with no direction and no return. Millionaires know where every dollar is going. Not because they are obsessive, because they are clear. Clarity is the foundation of every wealth-building decision. Money follows intention. Always. Number 9. Living without an emergency fund. Without a financial cushion, you are always one crisis away from going backwards. Car breaks down. Medical bill arrives. Job changes unexpectedly. Without a fund, each of these becomes debt. With a fund, each of these becomes a minor inconvenience. Wealthy people keep 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a liquid, accessible account. Not invested, not locked up, just available, just protected. That fund is not sitting idle. It is doing the most important job money can do, keeping everything else intact. Number 10. Leaving their financial education to someone else. CEOs and high net worth individuals read an average of 4 to 5 books a month. Not novels, not entertainment. Books on finance, investing, behavior, systems, and growth. Every hour you invest in understanding money pays you back in compounded clarity. You will make better decisions. You will avoid more mistakes. You will recognize opportunity faster. You don't need a finance degree. You need consistency and curiosity. The information is available. The question is whether you go looking for it. Pause here for a moment. How many of these habits are you already practicing? Because if even 3 or 4 of these are already part of your life, you are already thinking like someone building something real. That's not small. That's everything. Keep going. Number 11. Making minimum payments on debt. This is one of the quietest wealth destroyers in existence. A $5,000 credit card balance at 22% interest, paid at only the minimum each month, will cost over $8,000 total and take years to eliminate. You borrowed $5,000, you paid back $8,000. The extra $3,000 didn't buy you anything. Millionaires don't negotiate with debt. They demolish it. They attack the highest interest rate first. They throw every available dollar at it. Because freedom from debt isn't just financial. It changes how you think, how you plan, what feels possible. Number 12. Status symbols funded by debt. The designer bag on a payment plan. The luxury watch on financing. The business class upgrade on a credit card that won't be paid off for months. These are not wealth. These are the performance of wealth. And the gap between performing wealth and building wealth is exactly where financial dreams go to stall. Real affluence is quiet. It is a growing investment account. It is options. It is flexibility. It is knowing that if everything changed tomorrow, you would be fine. You don't need anyone else to recognize your success. You just need to actually build it. Number 13. Delaying the start of investing. This is the most time-sensitive mistake on this entire list. $300 a month, invested starting at 25 years old, at an average market return, grows to over $1 million by retirement. Start at 35 instead. The result is less than half. Same discipline, same $300. A completely different outcome. Because the engine of compounding is not the amount. It is the time. And time is the one resource that does not wait. The best moment to start was yesterday. The next best moment is right now, today, before this video is over. Number 14. Depending on a single source of income. The wealthiest people in the world do not rely on one stream. Not because they chased side hustles with no plan, but because they understood, quietly and strategically, that income diversification is risk management. A side project that earns $500 a month. A rental property. A dividend-paying investment portfolio. These don't appear overnight. They are built with patience and consistency. But millionaires begin building them early because they know that one income source, no matter how stable it feels, is always one decision away from disappearing. Diversification is not just an investment principle, it is a life principle. Number 15. Underinvesting in their relationships and network. Research on wealth consistently shows that your 5 closest relationships are among the strongest predictors of your financial trajectory. The people you talk to about money, the people who challenge your thinking, the mentors who've already been where you're trying to go. Millionaires invest in those relationships. They show up for people. They give generously. They stay curious about others, not to collect contacts, because they understand that the right conversation at the right moment can completely shift what's possible. Energy follows the people you surround yourself with. Choose intentionally. For For those who want the full framework, the systems, the sequences, the deeper breakdowns behind each of these principles, all of it is inside Luxona Vault. Everything is organized. Everything is actionable. It's there when you're ready. Wealth isn't loud. It's disciplined. It's intentional. It's built daily. One decision at a time, one behavior at a time, $1 protected, redirected, and invested at a time. This is the path. This is the work. And you're already on it. Welcome to Luxona, where millionaires are made.